infecting other Meridians with their so-called rebellious thoughts and ways. On the bridge, Alex nodded at Julian's holovid display of Libre and its satellites. According to Confederation records, Alex said, House Bergfalk maintains a single small orbital station for transfer of the Independence to the planet's surface. Supposedly, it constitutes Libre's entire orbital assets. Instead of a single station, Alex, Renee, and the officers were looking at 3 orbitals. A small one, probably the planet's original station, was a small speck floating above Libre compared to the 2 gigantic platforms, each supporting a massive, partially constructed, discus-shaped ship, more than 2 kilometers across. The immense constructions dwarfed even the long-haul freighters docked opposite the huge ships. "It appears Confederation records aren't up to date," Alex said. "Julian, would you care to hazard a guess about those 2 enormous saucers?" "Yes, Admiral, I would. While their design is not in my archives, it's my supposition that these ships are FTL-capable cities, designed for long-term habitation." "So, no fighting ships," said Senior Captain Andrea Bonnard, voicing the group's disappointment. "No fighting ships," Alex agreed. He had hoped that House Bergfalk, who had pushed the Confederation Council for an aggressive response to the attacks of the Silver Ships, might have been working with the Independents to build fighting ships. Alex's people, the new Terrans, hadn't possessed warships prior to his discovery of the Meridians, and now it appeared the Confederation still hadn't built any. "Well, I'm sure by now that we have House Bergfalk's attention," Alex said. "What I need is an entrance, some sort of demonstration." Alex studied the holovid, lost in thought, and then he began assigning flight positions. "When we're ready, Captain Manet, you'll detach your ship and take up a position here." Alex expanded the holovid view and placed an icon of the armed shuttle outward bound, presently riding ex-carrier on the Rêveur, slightly ahead and to port of their position. "Captain Bonnard, I want the fighters to take up positions here and here." He placed Dagger 1 just outward of the outward bound's port side, and Dagger 2 just outward of the Rêveur's starboard side. They had lost the original Dagger 1 and Dagger 2 in the fight to take their first Silver Ship, necessitating call sign changes for the remaining 2 fighters. "Is Lieutenant Dorian well enough to fly Dagger 2, Squadron Leader Reynard?" "Negative, Admiral. Physically, the lieutenant is fine, but his experience has severely shaken his confidence. He needs more time." Sheila couldn't blame Robert for his reticence to rejoin the fight. In their encounter with the Silver Ship, Robert's dagger had been cut in half by the enemy fighter. He had been strapped in a tumbling, dead cockpit with no power or comms, scared that rescue might never come. "I've assigned Lieutenant Hatsuto Tanaka as Dagger 2's pilot." "Ah, Miko's brother," replied Alex, referring to Lieutenant Miko Tanaka, Captain Manet's co-pilot. Alex queried Julian and received Hatsuto's profile from the Meridian's visit to Barren Island, New Terra's fighter training site, and shared it with Renee and his officers, giving them time to review the file. "Look familiar?" Alex asked them. "Jace," Andrea responded, referring to Lieutenant Jason Willard, the pilot they had lost. During the journey to Arno, Andrea and Sheila had queried Julian for an analysis of their fight with the Silver Ship. Alex's attack plan was designed as a pincer movement, trapping the enemy ship between 2 flights of daggers. But Andrea and Sheila, who had piloted Flight 2, had arrived late. By then the Silver Ship had destroyed Jace's craft and cut Robert's fighter in half. The comm buoys, deployed during the fight to facilitate data transfer, had provided the answer to Andrea's and Sheila's questions. Jace hadn't followed his fighter's pre-programmed flight path. Instead, he had switched to manual and cut closer to the gas giant to engage the enemy fighter sooner. Operating in manual, his skills were no match against the speed and agility of the Silver Ship, and his hubris had cost him his life. "Admiral, Tanaka's a good pilot," Sheila said. "Captain Bonnard and I have shared Julian's analysis of Jace's performance."